Hey guys, Jake with Pacific Roamer here. This is my 2010 second-gen Toyota Tacoma that some of you may be very familiar with. The last time this truck has been on camera was for my Overland review video, which I filmed just over 2.5 years ago, which is crazy to think about. Well, since then, this truck has clocked in about another 40,000 miles through all different types of new terrain, conditions, and trails. And the wear and tear is finally starting to show. So in this video, we're going to be covering some cosmetic repairs along with other things I've had to switch out over the last few years. Well, let's get into it.
Alright, let's speed run these problems. Cracking taillights, fading plastics, peeling stickers, pinstriping and scratches, peeling clear coat in over 5 areas, tearing cloth seats, busted center console latch, peeling headlights, more faded plastics, warped rotors, disengaged lock, and lastly dead solar panels, solar cables, and pull-out kitchen slide. And how are we gonna fix all of this? Well, that's through a giant pile of boxes. Phase 1 Interior. At 150k miles, it was also time for a deep clean, with step 1 removing the front seats. A while back I busted my center console latch. I got this replacement from Amazon, which takes 2 minutes to replace with a Phillips. And also, nearly every product in this video will be linked below. Next, I moved my Weeboost antenna. This gadget improves my cell phone's reception but is an eyesore where it is now. So I stuck on some adhesive Velcro and hid it inside the center console. Full video on my Weeboost performance linked in the top right corner. With the interior opened up, I wiped everything down and steam cleaned the carpets and rear seats. It's also time for a basic cabin air filter and learning that I was breathing in an entire ecosystem. Oh, that's just gross. That is disgusting. And I replaced this one actually like pretty recently, believe it or not. Lastly, something I've been looking forward to, a set of Clausio seat covers. I went with only the front seats in gray PVC. The quality is amazing and they even come with their own sound effects. But for real, these look amazing, fit extremely well, and look like OEM leather, already bringing new life into the truck. Phase 2 Mechanical. Next, I'm terrible at brake management. Combined with mountain passes like Tioga Pass in California, I thoroughly warped my rotors over the years, leading to a very bad steering wheel shimmy and pulsating when braking. Throwing on new rotors fixed this issue by 90%, with the last 10 likely being from imbalanced tires. I've also never changed my engine air filter, so it was time for that. And lastly, I swapped out my serpentine belt just as a precaution and added washers to my bike mount tray so I can pivot them as needed. Phase 3 Exterior Cosmetics. So I went to town with Back to Black products. These work great at restoring the color to faded plastics. The spray bottle worked great for odd-shaped items like my Plano cases, with the biggest change being seen on my bumper. Next up, we had the headlight clear coat. I used a Sylvania headlight kit for about 25 bucks, starting with wet sanding at 3000 and 2000 grit. Here's the before, during, and after. And lastly, my biggest cosmetic challenge was the notorious Toyota clear coat. Luckily, the paint appeared intact, solely being oxidizing clear coat. I spent about 30 minutes in each area wet sanding at 3000 grit to remove as much oxidized clear coat as I could before taping it off and applying 2 to 3 coats of spray-on clear coat from Rust-Oleum. This actually turned out much better than I expected, hopefully delaying the inevitable. Except for the hood scoop, which is plastic, not metal. This is just a plastic insert, which should just be replaced, cause I made it much worse with very little effort. I messed it up. Phase 4, the results. And with that, we replaced the rotors, serpentine belt, air filters, tail lights, paint correction, and not 1, but 2 solar panels, with an honorable mention to a busted slide actuator, which the manufacturer Volterra replaced entirely under warranty. Okay, enough of this, let's check the results. I went out to my local canyon for these shots with everything looking great until... I guess the battery felt like it was being left out, which makes sense since I took out my battery jump starter for the first time in 2 years when I cleaned the interior earlier that day. So I needed rescuing. Thanks, Dad. Back to the canyon.
Okay, thank you for joining, guys. That's everything that's changed in the truck over the last few years. It's feeling like new again, and we got a whole lot of trips planned for this year. So until next time, we'll see you on the trails.